Hello, one and all. Welcome to another Nerd Out stream. Here shortly, joining me will be. I heard an echo, and apparently, I forgot to mute myself in the YouTube version of this. So, professional. I'm becoming a professional. Anywho, this is the Nerd Out stream, and what we do here is anything and anything nerd related. If it's your hobby, we will talk about it within reason. Within reason. There's some freaky shit I don't know about, but if I like it, I'll talk about it. But here, join me here shortly will be Johnny Hellcat. You can find him on the Minions uh, Thursday nights. You can find him on his own streams where he does his Penny Arcade. I'll put the link in the description later. I was just running behind and screwed everything up. But later on here, short when he gets here, we're going to be talking Twisted Metal. As if you didn't know, Peacock Channel has put out a series of the same name, and from what I've seen in the preview, there's some stuff to unpack. So yeah, when Johnny gets here, we'll discuss that and unpack all that. Um, I know I've got so many questions about it. Twisted Metal was a great game. I mean, up until about four. And Twisted Metal 4, yeah. As far as we'll go through the gaming history of it, and we'll talk about this new show that shares a name with this illustrious um, video game franchise. Underrated as hell, in my opinion. But it is what it is. So in the meantime, I'm going to discuss some anime while we're waiting on Mr. Hellcat. Here recently, not much has come out that I am that I would watch, but I'm sure some of y'all would like it. But if we're going my show, I'm gonna and no one else is around at the moment, so guess what? I'm going to be a little dictatorish. That sounds like something you'd pick up in France. So, may we interest you in the dictatorish? It comes good with hog balls. And I'm sure Angela just went, "Oh my God, I can't believe he said that." Love you, honey. I do. But yeah, some of these anime, of course, you know I'm an isekai fan. And most of the ones that I like, they premiere on Mondays. New episodes come up on Mondays. In Another World with my smartphone, season two. Um, it's feeling a little rushed, like they're trying to hurry and get from one point to the next. I hope they slow down with that a little bit. But overall, it picks up right towards the end where season one ended. It just picks up a little bit thereafter. So yeah, there's that going. And then I got another cheat or I got a cheat skill in another world that became unraveled in the real one too. This is a great trope. I love the way that they're doing this one. Okay, basically think basically this kid, overweight, otaku, loves his grandfather, and his grandfather loves him, but everyone else in the family hates this little overweight kid. And I say kid, he was middle school. Well, him when his grandfather died, that being the only family member that loved him, left him his house, which really pissed off the rest of his family. So, anywho, so he's estranged from his family. He is bullied relentlessly. But one night, he's walking to a convenience store and he sees a girl being attacked. And so he gets in the way of these guys keep trying to keep this girl safe. Well, he's enough of a distraction. She escapes. He gets his ass beat, and he goes back home and tries to clean himself up, and he's just so damn frustrated. He shatters the only mirror in the entire house apparently, and that triggers a secret door. Well, when he goes into this secret room, he finds just all sorts of artifacts and stuff from different lands, and he sees this floating door. Once he touches the door sets down, and basically he walks through it into another world. From there on, it is just flipping phenomenal. And they did a underused trope. I mean, this was something entirely new here. Yeah, a dictator itch. A dictator itch is when you have to scratch behind your potatoes. We'll say from Munda, your potatoes. You scratch from Munda. But anyway, it's a pretty good series. And basically he can go back and forth from. It's not really an isekai. I mean, it is, but it isn't. But this is kind of more along the lines of it deals with some mental health issues. It deals with having to ask yourself, am I good enough? Am I smart enough? And doggone it, should people like me? Well, anywho, um, let's see what else do I have. Oh yes, there's another one. Dead Mount Play Death Play. Check this out. You got a death god that gets thrown into the future, modern day Tokyo, and unbeknownst to him, he inhabits a human body. Yeah. So there's some hilarity in It's dark. It's humorous. It's got some action. And it's also kind of got some etchy stuff going on there. But it's not a bad series overall. Not bad at all. And going back into the more isekai things, and I believe this one comes out on Tuesday. No, I got to find out what day it comes out on. New episodes. Apparently, Megumin got her own spin off of from Konosuba. Basically, it's going through and her life before she met the group, how she got her explosion powers. I really got to find this other one because it's pretty good series as well. It's kind of a galaxy next door. This is this is not really well, it is, but it isn't. Kind of a isekai slash drama slash slice of life, but not in the way you suspect. This time, it's a girl that is. She decides to leave her village. That's all we know. Is that she's getting on a boat leaving the village. Then it cuts over to this guy whose mother and father passes, so he's a high school student just freshly graduated, had to put his college career on hold to raise his younger siblings. So he starts making an income as a manga writer, creator. Well, he's a little bit behind on his stuff, so he has to hire an assistant. Guess who answers? The chick that leaves her village. And that's where that goes from there. But it's got a slice of life. It'll make you tear up. It'll make you. It's kind of nice to see in the isekai genre slash drama. Well, drama's drama, but yeah, it's a cute little story, and it's got some twist. What the twist? So, let's see what else is there. Summoned to another world for a second time. Kind of self-explanatory. This guy misses 6 months of his life, and he finally gets to go back to school. Third day in school in the new semester, his whole class is summoned to this world. Lo and behold, this is where the guy that lost 6 months of his life, this is what happened to him. Hey, Rotten, how are you, sir? Anywho, uh, so yeah, he gets to apparently 6 months of his life that he was in this world. They got close to defeating the demon lord, and he got summoned back. And they tried the summoning again, brings him back. So it's been years since he had been in that world in that time, and his cohorts and all that, yada yada yada. That's where we are. It's got a good storyline, and ta-da. It's enjoyable to watch. Don't get me wrong. And I'd like to thank my 3 viewers watching currently. If you'll like, share, subscribe, that would help me out a bunch. Because as we know, the YouTube algorithm does not like me. So, also on the anime watch list, my one hit kill sister. That one's pretty damn funny. I mean, it's a lot better than my mom's 2 hit combo, which they didn't make an English version yet, which they really need to do. I mean, my mother's 2 hit combo, awesome. I highly recommend that one. But you do have to read it's subbed, not dubbed. And all these that I'm talking about right now, they are these are all subbed. They're slowly translating a few of them. That's why I prefer to run around in a square, Angela. Because if they don't like our circle, they might like our square. No, no, don't touch me there. That's my no square. Oh shit. All right. Now I understand why Angela told me I needed to have coffee earlier. Let me see. What else do we have? There's one I'm looking for in particular, and I gotta find it. Oh yes, the aristocrats' otherworldly adventure, serving gods who go too far. This is another one of those cases where it is an isekai, and I want to say that. Oh yeah, this the protagonist is murdered, and he ends up reincarnated into another world. He goes on, and basically, it takes a humorous take on jobless reincarnation, but that changes him when the kid turns 5. He gets what's called a baptism, so he's able to learn magic. Basically, what happens is he meets all the gods, and they apologize for having him resurrected, and yada yada yada. And they said, "Forgive us, but we decided not to keep you dormant until you turn 3. That way, you don't for you overlook the diaper changings and the breastfeeding." But anywho, so long story short, the 7 gods all make him overpowered AF, and goes on from there. And it's it doesn't. And the funny thing about it is, he is a lord's son, and the lord is protects this village, and it's a pretty cute short story. I think I need bifocals. Hexagons are 6 sides. Squares are 4 sides. And I got to be right back. So, talks amongst yourselves. There's going to be some dead air since I don't have a co-pilot. But send out the link, and hopefully by the time I get back, maybe he'll show up. He'll be okay, even if he doesn't. Never mind. I'm okay for now, I think. All right. So yeah, I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. There is going to be some dead air. Just think of the words to "Sweet Caroline." Sorry about that. I have returned, and alrighty. I hope you miss me as much as I miss me. All I gotta say is that Crohn's disease, it's a bitch. I hate it. It's the unavoidable part of my day. Hmm. Oh, send her a link, she says. Okay. Give me a second. I am an amateur. I don't know what I'm doing. Ooh. And sure, while we're at it, let's just do that. And we'll throw just while I'm at it. Oh, I have an Angela. Hello, Angela.
Hey, babe. I
My,
sent that while you were deciding whether or not you needed to bail.
oh, yeah. Well,
That way I could have covered dead air.
oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
So go
I just
on
said,
and continue teaching me about anime that I don't know.
continue teaching you about anime you don't know. Well, I only know, like I said, one of my big genres is isekai, which is basically getting spirited to another world.
Yes?
So, yeah.
You're basically repeating the conversation we had last night.
Oh, okay, you're awfully muty. Or you just roboted.
I roboted?
Yes, you did on my end.
Huh.
So I didn't hear what you said.
I said basically you're just repeating the conversation we had last night.
Pretty much. But any Twisted Metal fan, um, we can teach you some stuff about Twisted Metal. And I think I'm going to go ahead and start that conversation right now. Johnny can catch up.
I don't know anything about this, so.
Oh, someone else is here. I have guest. It's a rotten corpse. Hello,
Hey!
Mr. Rotten Corpse.
My
How are you,
stuff's not
sir?
working now.
I hear you.
I can hear you. This is ground control to Major Tom.
I'm not getting audio for some reason.
Oh. Well, Mr. Rotten Corpse will return.
Do I sound better? I turned up my volume.
You sound awesome. You have the
Okay.
voice of an angel. I love you.
I love you too, but you're
There
being
are
a little
things I want to
creepy
do
now.
with you.
We're not talking about that
Ooh.
here.
Yes. I want to tell you a story.
We're,
Do you want to hear my story? In my ASMR voice, since no one else is here.
no,
Mm,
you're scaring me.
are you scared? How
Very.
scared are you?
Wow.
Have you been this creeped out since the janitor in high school offered you $5 to check out his closet?
The janitor in high school was a woman, and she was actually a good friend of mine and a mentor.
Did she teach you how to clean up your act?
She taught me how to work my
Why
way
am I not
through
getting
college.
audio?
Oh, and we have a tier.
Hey, the gang's
thank
all
you.
here.
What up, fam?
What up? How's that work going?
Okay,
Shh.
because I had to have my other fucking thing on.
I'm not here. Okay.
Oh, you're not at work?
No.
He's not
I'm
on the stream, you goofball.
Oh, he's not streaming.
He's a
no.
figment of our imagination.
Exactly. I'm at work I'm protecting the homeland and doing my best to secure those flights.
Well, remember, if they're brown, they drown.
Got to make sure those darkies don't get on the planes anymore. I know. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
thought if it was
gosh.
brown, flush it down.
No, if
No.
they're brown, they drown.
Again, I got to make sure the darkies don't get on the planes and do bad things nowadays.
Because
They start fights on planes.
Because America.
Fuck yeah. Come to save the motherfucking day, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What up?
So, while we're here, how many of y'all know about Twisted Metal?
I do.
I played it as a kid.
I loved it as a kid.
Talk about how
Oh,
they're
yeah,
gonna
it's
make a
awesome.
stupid show out of it because they're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, and so it appears that Anthony Mackie is going to be driving. What was it?
Sweet Tooth.
No, Anthony Mackie is not Sweet Tooth. The car that he's driving, it appears to be. What was the red little sports car?
I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember it.
I can't remember his Roadkill. It was Roadkill.
He's
So
supposed to be John Doe.
Yeah, he's going to be playing. Yeah, he's going to be playing Roadkill. So, and apparently there's going to be a girl in it. So either she's Outlaw 2 or 3.
Well, she's supposed. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for it. I'm assuming that you're talking about Stephanie Bertrand. She's supposed to be quiet. Thomas Hayden Church is supposed to be Agent Stone. Samuel Jones is supposed to be Sweet Tooth. It's Needles Kane. God damn it. Not Sweet Tooth. That's the car.
Exactly.
And like Will Arnett's supposed to be his voice. And Richard Carble is Loud.
Look, dude, I'm surprised since Hollywood's doing it that it's not a bunch of, BIPOC, transgender, gay, non-binaries.
Well, Anthony Mackie's supposed to be John Doe, and I don't remember John Doe being black in the series.
No, he was. No, well, a lot of them wasn't.
Like, this is Peacock had some good. Like I was saying earlier, Peacock had good concepts, like the witches that were the American military. Poor execution. Like they made it a fucking feminist show, which killed it. They don't. They really need to figure out what the fuck they doing. Let me see. It's supposed to be a comedy. Great. That always goes over so fucking well.
Okay, so that's...
Nev Campbell's going to be in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Rotten, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm in my truck right now because I'm at my folks' house and we having an anniversary dinner since my parents have been married 37 years.
Man.
So since I had the time, I was like, oh, I'm going to work on some of the stuff for my truck that I've been meaning to that I haven't in like 3 months.
Okay, so you're just walking yourself through your truck work.
Yeah.
All right.
He's trying to move that body from his his hood.
Congrats
Samoa
on
Joe and Sweet Tooth.
the dash cam mount.
Yeah, that one took longer than it should have. That's kind of the story of my life for some of these things.
Yeah, they. Oh, God.
Babe, I really can't contribute to this conversation. If you'd like, I can step away and
Oh
just listen.
no. Go ahead. You're good.
Okay.
If you want to duck out, duck out. If not, stick around, listen.
Angela, you're the straight man in this group. Like we're all
Straight woman.
straight. She's the straight person with genitalia.
Okay. I look at straight man the same way I look at like actor or
Oh, hey,
just
here's Hellcat. Did you
or
get my
just
link, son?
mankind.
Remember, it's people kind.
No, it is
We're
not.
getting ready to talk about Twisted Metal,
And
Johnny.
I refuse.
And
I
she
refuse
refuses.
to. Don't worry.
No, I refuse to people kind.
Yes, it's mankind.
We are mankind, and that is it. And if you don't like it, you can go
Spit.
be your. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that.
I
Oh,
thought we were just
okay.
trying to go with a rhyme.
No, I was just trying to come out with something clever that describes how I feel. But
You
I'm
can sit
just
and
like,
spin.
they just want to go live in their alternate reality and pretend the real world doesn't exist.
Okay, and from what I gather about this Peacock show, they're going to pick and choose what they're going to take out of the series, the gaming franchise, and make their own thing.
So it's not even going to be faithful to the guy. Yes, I knew it. I
Yeah,
knew that John
it's
Doe
not
was
even
not
going
a
to be
black man.
faithful to the work because you didn't see Calypso anywhere in the credits, have you?
Nope.
Yep.
And he's the
So
main reason the fucking thing happened.
exactly.
But again, I knew it was going to
Calypso,
be.
the Greek goddess.
No, so the main villain of Twisted Metal is Calypso. He, depending on the
He's not really a
medium,
villain.
he's the main antagonist.
That works. You can be an antagonist without being a villain.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll give you
so
that.
so so he's the reason why the tournament, because it's a tournament, is happening. He's granting somebody a wish. Like he can do that. He can grant you a single wish. And sometimes it's fucking hilarious because he granted one guy a wish to be able to fly. So he goes, granted. And the guy goes to the top of a building and jumps, and Calypso comes back with a plane ticket.
No!
Yep.
No!
It's a monkey's paw
Yes, he goes.
situation.
Yes. So, but he
Oh
can do. Yeah, but he does in the third. I think in the second and the third one, he really does have some sort of magical power that he can grant you a wish. It's just that in the first game, that's what he did.
You can fly once.
So he does, and he goes to the top of that building, he jumps off, and I have your plane ticket right here. But it's set in like a post-apocalyptic world where like everything just gone to shit for some odd reason. It's never explained why it's gone to shit, but it's gone to shit.
Actually,
And
it is explained why.
somebody probably made the wrong wish.
Probably.
It's all Calypso's doing.
Okay.
His twisted.
Calypso want
Yeah, Calypso is the reason why the world's gone to shit because of his Twisted Metal tournaments.
Oh yeah,
He
because
goes
you can
from,
hit people and kill people.
Yeah. So if you've got Road Warrior style cars on the, or Death Race style cars on the, running around the country, things are going to go to hell in a handbasket pretty quick.
Yeah. Now I gotta find that one who he did that to. That shit was fucking hilarious. Like, here's your ticket.
Yeah. Or when Outlaw wins, he got he wished for something and ended up orbiting the Earth. So in the second game, the sister makes the same wish, only this time she came prepared. She had rocket boosters. She wanted to save her brother. Says, we're going back to Earth.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So the game itself is kind of twisted and fucked up and
You don't
it's
say with a name like Twisted Metal.
and tongue in cheek. Like the premise of the game is stupid.
Well,
It's
it
kind
had
of in
great
the
replay
title.
value.
It really did.
The originals on the PlayStation 2 and even Twisted Metal Black on the PS3 all had great replay value because you had what? 8 cars to choose from?
Each had their own individual stories, so you got an ending for each one.
Yeah.
You got an ending for each one.
exactly.
You had like multiple stages. It was literally a racing game, a violent racing game.
It was Destruction Derby hardcore
There it is.
With
Perfect.
guns.
It was basically the fixed version of Death Race.
It really would
What
be a fixed
everything the
version of
Death
that.
Race movie should have been is what Twisted Metal is.
But this movie, this TV series is clearly going to be this woke affair that has nothing to do with the series because
And not
it's
even a
so
good
old that
affair.
no one remembers. Yeah, like
Yeah.
no one remembers it anymore.
Yeah. And with that piece of garbage that they put out on the PS4. Oh god, that was barely Twisted Metal. It was like insert that you only had a couple of people you could play. And it was
How you
horrible.
fuck up Twisted Metal? Like you get
Are you
like
talking about
they
Twisted
fucked
Metal
it up.
Black? No, that's
Twisted
Twisted Metal
Metal Black
Black.
was good.
Small Brawl hit him.
I like how they did Calypso in that one. But I do wonder which version they're going to use. See if
one
they
that's black.
use the
Oh no.
top hat circus showman Calypso, that would be perfect. Because he's over the top and ta-da. But as far as I could even get behind ball-headed, dead-eyed Calypso from Twisted Metal Black. You know? But basically, Calypso's wish is a monkey's paw. I think there's only one or two people that got exactly what they wanted with their wish. And one of those was Rob Zombie as Mr. Grimm in Twisted Metal 3.
Okay.
Was it to dig through the ditches, and burn through
Needles.
the witches,
Sweet Tooth got
slam
got
No,
his
Super
wish.
Beast.
like Dracula?
It was
Dracula.
a Super Beast. Rugged they come and rugged to kill. Down in the cool air. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
I mean, you can
Needles
kind
gets
of
his wish
cat
all the
and cradle
time.
to Dracula as well.
Yeah, it would have worked. Yeah, they did do the soundtrack to that in there, but when his ending was of him singing Super Beast.
Yeah.
And then Twisted Metal 4, which ended the series on the PS2, was Needles decides to take Calypso's power for himself. So now it's not Calypso's game, and Calypso is a playable character for the first time. In order to get his power back from Needles, he plays, but he's not actually Calypso in the game.
Again,
He's
they should start
another
ruining good stuff.
character. Yeah, I think he's John Doe in that one. But what I loved in Twisted Metal 2 was Warthog. It, you got your own little World War II style tank, or World War II style, like armored carrier / whatever. It was an army jeep. That's what it was, with a cannon on it, with a machine gun on the.
I just mainly remember the guy that was the 2 giant wheels.
Axel.
Axel.
Yes.
Like, Axel was great.
Yeah. Gave up his arms for wheels in order to beat Calypso.
Yeah. Man.
But yeah, the biggest so far from the trailer that I take issue with is Roadkill is white trash Southern meth head, for lack of a better descriptor. And I think Anthony Mackie would make a great Axel, but he'd have to shave his head, and I didn't think he was down for that. But
I'm
who
more
knows,
worried
maybe-
why they got I like Sumo Joe's voice. Like, why is Will Arnett doing his voice?
Well, Needles has a deeper voice. He has a more sinister voice.
I'm pretty sure they're going
And-
to position Needles to be the villain.
Well, Needles is a villain. In the first one, he was a mid boss.
I think they should just piss everyone off and make freaking Shaggy 2 dope kills.
Given a mission to traverse the desolate world to deliver a cryptic package in order to stay alive. Along with the assistance required, a rash car thief, Dove faces a life-altering opportunity, but must confront ruthless marauder. This is fucking Mad Max.
Uh huh.
Like, it's fucking Mad Max with a coat of twisted metal paint on it.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
This
Yep.
is going to be horrible.
Yeah. If somebody was going to do this, it needed to be like Paramount. Because
Somebody with a
what
budget.
I've seen Paramount do with Tulsa King and the cowboy one, Yellowstone,
Mm-hmm.
they could do a ton of good things with that franchise. Have just enough action in it on a budget and make it look phenomenal. I mean, hell, they still make Sylvester Stallone at 70-something years old look believable as a mafia soldier.
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, it could work.
I don't have high hopes for it, which is I look at it sort of like I look at Michael Bay. If I have the chance to ever meet him, I'm kicking him into PP
Why is
because
everybody going to kick him in the nuts? I mean, I want to kick him in the nuts too, but why?
why do you want to kick him in the nuts?
Look, Michael Bay is known for explosions.
Transformers, exactly. He ruined my childhood. And it's not because it had Shia LaBeouf in it. It's because, first off, how are you going to make
Like,
the two voices of
yeah,
Megatron
and then making Bumble.
the voice actors behind Optimus Prime and Megatron, they had to fucking audition for the roles in the movie. I mean, how are you going to make them audition? They're iconic voices.
Because it's Hollywood.
But anywho, yeah. And then top that off, it had no semblance of my 80s cartoon was. I mean, when I was a kid, we went to kindergarten half a day. All right?
Mm-hmm.
We'd get out at noon. My mom would give me a corn dog from a convenience store or popcorn or something, a little soda, something, and we'd go home. We'd change it to ABC because Voltron was on at that time. And I'd watch Voltron, and then it was nap time. You wake up at 2 or 2:33, and then it was time for Transformers, Thundercats, and Mask. And anyone
Mask?
who watched the GoBots, we made fun of. Oh, Mask was awesome. You want to talk about a car series done right in a cartoon? Mask was it. Mask was an organization where basically these like cars. One of my favorites was the '57 Chevy,
Hmm.
and I think it was called like it had a flamethrower, and Mask was set to combat this group called Venom. Venom is corporate bad guys and all that shit. And they had their own vehicles that transformed. Basically, use cars instead of rings for Captain Planet, but similar storylines.
Hmm.
But Captain Planet came later, so fuck you, Ted. But yeah, it's basically little. Then you also had cops.
Fat Boys.
Yes.
No, not
Those-
that one.
Oh.
Oh,
This one.
there was another cops?
Yes, there was a cops cartoon show. And that
What
was,
one? Oh, great.
it was really good. It was basically it wasn't done in the same style as Brave Star. But these were all things that, yeah, my childhood.
Right, now you're trying to chisel your way out of a set of bars. Do me 2 seconds.
I guess I probably should have. I didn't know if the mic could pick it up. I was.
No, I'm just messing with you, Roddy. You know that.
Oh, it's a brass brush on a 1911 magazine. A little bit of love.
Ah,
Aw.
hold on.
Right now.
I gotta go.
Well,
I gotta do some
I
work.
can either sit up in the living room with my parents, where I'd be having this conversation and they can't hear anything, or I can go down into the basement by where all a bunch of my guns are and whatnot, and mess with some of them and take care of some minor stuff that I've been probably should have before.
Cool.
I just figured you were still working, and that's what we were
No,
hearing.
I finished up the truck thing and the temperatures dropped a little bit. I do not have the thickest coat on to be able to do that right now.
Ouch.
Oh no, it's only getting down to like maybe the 40s or 50s or something. So it's not terrible. I have a thinner
Are you
jacket
in
on.
Texas?
I'm up in Michigan.
I was gonna
Oh,
say he's
okay.
in Michigan. He says that all the time.
Well, today's the first day it's been above 65, and it's 70 here. See, all week long, up until today, it's been in the 50s and low 30s.
If I do this to where you can't really see me as well,
Oh, I see just fine.
that's my gun safe.
Ooh.
Looks a
Yeah,
little
That's-
yeah. Something
cluttered.
happens. I'm coming to your house.
No, I know where I'm going when the zombie apocalypse comes.
All right, this is what we do. This is how we're going to do it. I'm gonna meet up with Rodden. We're gonna swing by, grab James, and then we're gonna come pick you up, Andrew. All right?
And then we're
We gotta
going
How
to
make sure
about
double.
we hit
I
up.
head? How about I head that way and see if I can't meet you guys there?
We'll
All
meet
right,
at
yeah, all right.
Sanguine since he cooks well.
Yeah, we'll be at saying we'll grab Hellcat, we'll grab Head Camel, Terry's on his fucking own.
Unless you can swim.
I hope he
Don't
can.
worry, he's in the upside down land. The freaking zombies will forget about it and fall off the planet.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, in the end, we might all want to go hang out with Terry because
It's his island.
I don't know if I'd want to go down there necessarily. Some of the wildlife that's down there, if it gets zombified, dude, already
Yeah, we
most of it
fought.
wants to kill you.
A zombie kangaroo. Yeah, I don't want to fucking fight one of those.
Yeah, like I don't want to
That's
fight with one
true.
anyways without a gun.
Zombie spiders.
A zombie koala will take forever to get to you.
A zombie sloth.
I was gonna say koalas aren't slow; they're just sedated. They eat eucalyptus, and it basically acts as a sedative.
They just say nothing to do, nowhere to go. Ho! I want to be sedated.
Hmm.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Mike. I think Mike is going to end up being Axel.
Who?
What's a mic?
In this Twisted Metal cast.
Well, Mike is usually something you speak into, but that's not the point right now.
What's a mic? Well, who is Mike?
I
Thank
love
you, Rod.
your airplane reference.
I could not resist. I finally got the moment for it.
What's a cockpit? It's a little room in front of the plane that controls the plane, but that's not important right now. See, I'm leaning more towards the reason why I say they're picking and choosing out of this, the franchise, is because Samoa Joe, his build with his body build, and choosing him as Sweet Tooth or as a Needles King. And he was overweight in the PS4 version. And the PS3. But in the PS2 version, this guy was built like The Rock. But
Tier?
his tears working, he said.
Yeah, he still has my name wrong in his title that he posted this morning.
Oh no, that's the old one. I fixed it. I figured that I would do a different subtitle for each show. So
Okay.
that's better.
Because you posted just the titles this morning?
Yeah.
And I was
It,
like, it's still spelled wrong.
yeah, I was going. My thing was that the reason why I posted it is because it's going to be different for each show we do.
Oh, that one's really beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's riding song.
I know.
Yeah, I gotta bust out the guitar and do some guitar stuff again.
I
You,
got
you were
at some
great.
point I'll get my bass
Oh,
guitar.
dude, what made that good for the guitar thing was one, we had the mic close enough to pick up off my guitar,
Hmm.
and then we ran it through a synthesizer. And my buddy had this whole thing where basically all he's doing is moving his finger around, and that's what was causing the extra effects.
Ooh.
So I got to give that to DJ Creep or DJ Techno Creep. So he's the one who made that sound really good. Like you can hear even some of my struggling with transitions.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
Nobody knows my
Nobody
song.
knows tears sorrow.
Go to hell.
Oh, wow.
This is what I get for dealing with old people.
Wow. Old people. Angela, you gonna stand for that? He called you old.
He has to be
Oh
calling
no,
me old.
Angela's
I'm older than
25.
him.
Angela's only
Somebody else
25.
said that the other day, too.
So my grandmother my grandmother was 25, even that's her oldest had me and was 30.
Uh-huh.
So my grandma
So
died
is your
and she was only
grandmother still
25.
Time
alive?
loops.
Nah, she's not.
Oh, okay. Is your mom still alive?
Nope, sadly she's not either.
What about your sister? Is she still alive?
Yeah, I have a sister that's both my sisters, both of them are still alive, yes. And they're
Do you
old.
know at some here's a
And
thought
they're
for you,
old.
Tier. At some point today, they're gonna think about having sex.
And,
James,
and and why are you so mean to me right now?
Well,
Like,
because you
James,
called me old.
Was he
so
wrong?
I stay facts and you just try to emotionally hurt me? Oh my god.
Emotional damage.
Yes,
What
that's
the
what I
hell?
got. What the hell you say?
What the hell?
Oh man, I can't with you, James.
I saw the deal about him, the one with the ghost. Why ghosts don't hunt Asians? You weren't. You. I had to buy the stupid lights, and you don't work. You one time a year. You're supposed to work. You do nothing. You make my son look like Elon Musk. Tell ya. Then he
He's
finds out
stupid.
that. Yep. Then you find out that it's a cat. Says, oh, you cat. He gets him a pillow. Says, you lay right here. You good. You stay.
Oh man.
Then they did a second part where it's an actual ghost. He says, oh, you wear shoes in here? You tracking on the leaves in the dirt? You sweep that up. And you do nothing. You live here. You make my electricity go up. Every time you flick the light, it 5 cents. Then the
I
ghost
still like
gets
the
ready
one
to tries to slide out on him, and he says, "No, you go do dishes. Who said you'd leave?"
I love that he turns around and comes up with $750 a month.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, he's gonna charge the ghost rent, and then he starts
Damn.
talking to him about you have one job a year. You made me get all of those stupid Halloween decorations.
Uh-huh. And the
I still like
candy
the one
for
as
the
well where I
kid.
think it's a black guy that does it, where it's like when you're in the room, it's like you can't afford anywhere else, and it's like finally the ghost is like, leave Rocky. He's like, bruh, where else am I supposed to go? You seen what I got? I got nothing in the fridge. He's like, I sleep on a mattress that's on the floor. I barely got sheets. Where you think I'm gonna go? The ghost's just like, oh damn, really? Like, shit.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh Jesus Christ. That man is
Dear
funny.
must be on patrol.
No, I'm not on patrol.
Oh, and we got
I'm-
our favorite black cat joining us. Johnny Hellcat, how are you, dear sir?
Not too bad. How's it going?
Not too bad.
What up, Hellcat?
How we doing?
Hey Johnny,
Buckley's been shot.
We be pissed. Or I be pissed.
Why you be pissed?
Twisted Metal, they're going to ruin it.
Dude, the moment they announced it, they were gonna ruin it. It's fucking Mad Max with 50 metal characters.
And it's on Peacock.
Yeah.
No one will
I
see
mean,
it.
Past that, we be pissed and put that to we be pimping.
I mean,
But pimping be pimping.
if it were HBO Plus, I would say it's a little bit more promising, but it's still going to be garbage.
Yeah. I mean, hell, that SNL sketch with where they had the guy from The Mandalorian.
Pedro Pascal.
Yes, where he did that Super Mario Kart.
Oh
Or
yeah,
Super Mario Brothers
Mhm.
that was a
skit. If they could get the people to do something like that with Twisted Metal, I would believe it. You know?
yeah. But the only problem with that is every character is then also that's a male is gonna have to be bisexual.
Yeah,
If you
true.
paid attention to that whole thing, I think other than maybe Mario, it's like every character introduced themselves like I'm so and I'm bisexual.
What? This is my thing about dumb shit like that. I don't need to know the character's sexual preference.
Yes, you do, bigot.
You're right, I am. Look at my avatar. It's a racist, the most racist one I can find.
My,
Go
I
ahead,
think
James.
my favorite answer to racism is still The Jerk with Steve Martin. I was born a poor black boy. And what it was is he was adopted by a black family, so the entire life he thought he was black.
All I can tell you is this, man. I was born at a very young age.
When I was born, I didn't know I was born.
most people can say that.
And it's Anthony Mackie, so
Yeah, I mean,
So
we are
it's
really
token.
Captain America.
It's token Captain America.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we already ruined one franchise. Let's go to the next one.
See, and that's the thing that gets me about. Sorry to jump topic here. There is a black Captain America, U.S. Patriot.
Well,
Like U.S. Patriot is black.
they got Samoan Joe to play Needles.
Yeah. But Will
Oh,
Arnett to
sweet
do his
tooth.
voice.
Yeah. Which is probably for the best.
Yeah, because Samoa Joe can't get that low. Or can't get that gritty.
But I'm not terrified by Will Arnett.
if you heard just his voice, I mean, listen to the work he did on Lego Batman.
I mean, I can
I
still
wish-
hear him in Lego Batman, so that
Yeah.
it's.
God took Kevin Conroy from us too soon because he would have been perfect as Needles Kane.
I don't think he would have
See,
done it though.
He wasn't, but he would have been perfect.
Needles in the the PlayStation 2 version was this monster of a man. I
You know who could
mean,
play him? Mark Hamill would be an even better Needles Kane. He essentially be the Joker as Needles Kane.
He does a really good villain voice.
And
Yeah,
that's all he had.
great as
He
the
just be the
Watcher.
Joker.
Darksiders.
Like he's been the Joker. He was the Joker until what? Fucking Arkham City.
well, he was the Joker in Arkham City.
Yeah,
He's
but he
always
retired.
The Joker.
He was the Joker up until Arkham Origins.
Arkham. Yeah, because he retired. He officially retired the Joker after that.
Then he did Arkham Knight.
Really?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
What the hell would he say? Oh, I'm retiring. What the fuck?
He
Now I
must
see
have
why they
needed
killed your
the
character.
money.
Nigga. He must have. I mean, fucking Last Jedi didn't pay that much.
Huh. Sure.
Because
But yeah,
Troy Baker did Arkham Origins.
Anybody
Yeah.
tired of hearing Troy Baker's voice?
I am not.
I
it's
am.
not that bad.
Troy Baker and Laura Bailey. I'm tired of hearing their voices.
I'm more tired of Crispin Freeman, to be honest with you.
Heretic, heresy. Like, don't you ever talk bad about Raziel?
Okay.
So,
you don't
so
want to go with
That was a little
Troy Baker-
adamant.
Troy Baker did Arkham Knight, actually.
So, Crispin Freeman was Raziel in the Legacy of Kain series, and Simon Templeton was Kane, which was perfect casting of those
Crispin
characters.
Freeman was also Alucard.
He was Alucard.
He was also Abel Nightroad in Trinity 7.
He was
Oh,
Abel
wait, no,
Nightroad.
what was it? Trinity? Something
Yeah, Trinity. Was it Blood? I think it was Blood Trinity.
Yeah, something along that lines. Let's see, what else was he in? Oh, he got his start with, and by the way, I'm not doing this with IMDb open. This is just me going off the top of my head. He got his start in,
Whereas I do.
The Slayers.
I'm always there.
Buffy.
No, it was an anime. The
Who was it?
Slayers. Yeah.
Oh, you talking about
It's
was
an
Naga
anime.
and that 80s anime.
Oh, the crap one.
Lena Inverse.
Yeah, Lena
Which-
Inverse.
Who are you talking
But
about?
Crispin Freeman.
Oh,
okay, they didn't really have the complete license to do those series. That's why Lena Inverse is so much different than in the actual series. Because they had the Slayers, then it was Slayers next and Try to complete those three. Which, and if you ever need some source material for your tabletop gaming, they've got some good shit to steal.
oh, this guy's
Oh,
done
yeah.
some work.
His voice. He has some acting credits. I think he was deaf in Supernatural. No, not deaf. I know he was in Supernatural though. I can't remember who he was.
Let's see.
Okay,
Kenji
I'll pull it up.
Miyazawa's Knight on the Galactic Railroad. That is the first one on here. Then Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh yeah, he was in Grave.
Wow.
Now I just pulled it up.
Assemble insert.
Yeah, he does have some acting credits. Some amazing acting credits.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
But again, my favorite of his roles is Raziel. He is fucking amazing.
Let's see if there's something that I would like this guy in. Togusa, but that's the new Ghost in the Shell, so we'll skip that one for now because I have no intention of watching it.
So, Angela, there's this game series called The Legacy of Kain, which follows a vampire as he corrupts the world and realizes that it was all foretold. Like his whole existence was planned out from start to finish.
Wow.
And it bounces between the Soul Reaver series and the Legacy of the Blood Omen series. In the Soul Reaver series, you follow one of his lieutenants, Raziel, who he banished and tossed into a lake of water, it's dangerous to vampires in that universe. And it burned him so badly, it like destroyed his body, and he got banished to the other world, the astral realm. It was all foretold in like ancient times, according to the ship. It's him hunting his master down, like to kill him. And go ahead.
I was gonna say Crispin Freeman. Looking back on that, he's Itachi Uchiha.
Really?
For the Naruto people.
That's not bad.
Okay. I'm not Naruto people either.
Yeah, he was still Goddess in the Slayer series.
Birdo sucks. There, I said it.
What?
He was Firefly in Arkham Origins.
There's a whole other can of worms we don't need to get into right now.
He's Firefly in Arkham Origins.
I didn't know he was Firefly in Arkham. Maybe because I didn't play that game.
Let's see. Good for you guys. Good for you guys.
Yeah, he was Togusa in the original standalone complex.
Yeah, I kind of think they wouldn't replace him, but the old standalone complex is fine as it is.
Yeah.
And let's see, what else do we have? Stuff that I would know.
He was Rude in Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's also Holland Novak in Eureka 7.
Oh, he was right. He was Holland.
Yep.
He gets around.
Yeah. Now you understand why I say that you kind of get tired of hearing from him. He's the voice of Superman in the video game Justice League Heroes.
Well, that in itself would make me not really want to hear him.
In the Battle for Middle Earth, Lord of the Rings, Rise of the Witch King, he was Legolas.
Legolas, but yes.
Legolas?
Sorry.
Legolas.
I just can't help but laugh at just with all the stuff that's been around for that one, not even with Mystery, just Legolas. We got the Wish.com elf.
Using Rurouni Kenshin.
Legolas, what do you see with your elf eyes?
I see the elf on the shelf. I got a bow for him. Let's see if we can See if I can't hit him with an arrow and knock his ass down.
All right, I will be right back.
He's going down. He's going over to knock the elf off the shelf.
Yep.
It's what cats do.
They knock everything off the shelf.
If it's on the shelf, they're gonna knock it down.
Oh, here's
Hold on,
Will
my boss
Turner
here.
in Kingdom Hearts 3.
He has some great credits.
Yeah.
But he was
Oh, he's got
in. I
one
know he,
upcoming.
what? What do you got upcoming?
Naruto X Boruto, the Ultimate Ninja Storm Connection.
Boruto
Video game.
sucks. There, I said it.
Yep. Yep.
I think you
Boruto
said
shouldn't
that
exist.
before.
Oh, he's
Oh.
also rude in Advent Children.
Let me see. I'm at my computer. But yeah, he was in Supernatural. I can't remember what character. Crispin Freeman. He was in Angel Sanctuary. Animation. Ah, he was Bowmonk in a fucking Dot Hack. One of my favorite games. God damn it. Hold on, boss is calling.
Yeah, to go since we got some dead air, I'd say. Hold on. Okay, so I guess it died, and it's just me now.
Oh, no, I'm here. I'm sorry. I was
No,
looking
we're
at
here.
shit.
Y'all are, well, other than Tyr have to, talk to his boss, is to say, yes, for Boruto shouldn't have existed. They should have either went way, way, way back into the ninja world or way, way, way into the future. This whole sequel thing really needs to stop because you keep having to up the ante, so you always have to make the character stronger and stronger and whatnot. And it's like, well, with what they went for, that was the whole expectation is at the end of the Naruto, the ninja would finally be at peace for the most part.
Personally, I think that Boruto shouldn't have been the main character. It should have been his sister. Because towards the end of Shippuden, when Naruto becomes Hokage, and his daughter knocks him out, she's got more power than Boruto does.
Yeah. But
I think they should just did another.
Well, basically, what they were going
All right.
for was to pretty much make Boruto a lot more like Sasuke, where he was just naturally talented. And
I
that's
think
the
they
problem
just
when it comes to these characters. You need them to have some sort of struggle.
This is what they should have done with Boruto. Not make him Naruto's kid. Like set it in another part of the world.
Like the Sand Village?
Oh yeah, like the Sand Village. Like do the Sand series, or do a do the latest Sound. Like we don't know much about Sound. Sorry, Rice.
If I remember correctly, that was Orochimaru's doing.
Like, so
Yeah.
again, that would have been
But
great. Set a series there.
It's one of those things, and it goes off the whole thing of like trying to have a sequel in a way, and like Dragon Ball Z really suffered of it, like in that whole thing. Because if you notice, it keeps having to become more and more powerful and more and more powerful. Like Gohan took over for a little bit after the Cell Saga, but then everyone kept bitching that, where's Goku? Why isn't Goku there? Because they had to do that, and then the fucking artist or author and whatnot couldn't stick to his guns, being like, look, Goku's story is done. Like, let him be dead. And now everything has to be Goku getting more and more powerful and everything. It just makes no fucking sense for 90% of it. Like, it doesn't mean people who like Dragon Ball Super can't enjoy it. I just don't think it should have existed.
got trash can sniped.
I do have to say, it's not like the show wasn't utterly ridiculous to begin with.
Oh, once you get past
Really
really Dragon Ball, it starts going off into the ridiculousness. It just goes even more ape shit.
Well, the introduction of Vegeta just kind of upped the stakes to everything.
Yeah, that's why I brought up. It's like you have to keep on having get more and more powerful, because other than something like One Punch Man or the ridiculously overpowered hero or whatever, everything always has that. The main characters have to be the underdog, so they have to overcome something, and that's where they always screw it up with like Superman, because Superman's typical thing that he should be overcoming is a moral dilemma, not a power dilemma. But
Well,
for
Speaking
some
of
things, like,
overcoming-
they have to get stronger.
There's the button up there since you did Detroit.
speaking of overcoming things, I think Goku has overcome so much that you have to wonder, is Gohan even his kid?
Ouch. That low blow. Shots across the bow.
Wow.
Hard, nothing.
You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
for some of
here?
those, you do wonder, but I mean, I'm pretty sure he'd have done what Chi-Chi wanted.
You ready? Rock, you ready?
Again,
Who's ready?
nah, I'm pretty sure Hellcat's talking to somebody.
But
We were hearing it sound like you in the background, like you're talking to one of your kids. We're like, okay, are you ready?
oh no, that's what I meant. But those are my kids playing Roblox.
Cool.
Oh,
God, I was almost half expecting you to be like, they're not here. Kia! Yeah. Just because you can't beat me doesn't mean I'm going to take it easy on there, son. Get back to the street now.
Oh no, my kids nowadays have surpassed me in some of the games, so I don't.
Oh,
play
I was
them
talking
anymore.
like physical combat.
Oh no, they can't. They
You
don't
think you're
stand
so
a chance.
bad, Roblox? Step up to the plate, son.
They don't stand a chance.
you think we can take over the king? Come on then.
Wow.
As much as I've actually taught them kickboxing from what I've learned from my coach, yeah, they stand no chance.
Remember, it's all fair in love, war, and beating on your kids.
That's why I still love the video one of my buddies from the military posted. And the guy is playing like both roles and whatnot. The guy comes up like, I heard you've been talking to my girl. Nah, man, I ain't been talking to your girl. He's like, bro, I'm the biggest guy in the football team. 6'7", 200 pounds, pushing weight. What you gonna do? Well, I got this gun. You gonna be pushing up daisies. Real men don't use guns. Well, then I ain't a real man. I don't care. You can pray to God for forgiveness. But you best back off. It ain't what you think it is.
Mhm.
Ask
I'm
God
like,
for forgiveness.
I
I ain't giving you nothing.
I don't disagree.
Jesus.
Oh my
I'll have
god,
to-
James.
I'll have to find it when I get home and get on my computer, because then I can make a copy, a link to it, and I'll throw it in one of the Discords.
So Angela heard that. I will
Yeah,
shoot you,
Angela heard
Jesus.
that.
But going back to the whole anime thing for me, it's like, yeah, that is a major problem that they tend to do is they always have to do something to make the main characters the underdog again, and it's 90% of the time in power.
Well, I'm not a fan of shonen anyway. I mean, it does have its good parts, but for the most part, most shonen is over the top action.
Yeah, which I'm fine with, and that's what made what makes freaking One Punch Man so fun is because, I mean, yes, it is a Deus Ex Machina with One Punch Man, which is kind of in that whole thing, but you get to see other characters' growth and just how, you know.
Well, I think
he
it's kind of
wrecks
the
house on
point of.
everything.
I think it's kind of the point of the show is that.
Yes, that it's a satire.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the only one that does keep growing with each series, with each arc, is Bleach.
Bleach
To a
has that
degree, I
same
will
power
agree with
creep. Same power creep issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a power issue, but
I mean, for
There
Thousand Year
is
Blood
growth.
War, you're not necessarily having too much of that, other than finding out that Ichigo is basically everything.
Yeah.
by accident.
Yes, he is like supposedly, and I'm gonna do that whole finger wagging, like actually thing, because Aizen said that he watched him since birth, and so he accidentally set it in motion. But supposedly, Yahweh was the one who actually set all those things in motion, because of course he has to have the same fucking thought process.
Bleach should have ended with him fighting Aizen. That should have been the end of Bleach. Like
That-
but
Honestly, it could have ended after the Soul Reaper arc or the Substitute Soul Reaper arc, because then that tied off the whole thing of how they knew about the Substitute Soul Reaper badge or how it was available, but other Soul Reapers didn't know it. So it covered that whole thing of why they had it. It was used for those who were not of Soul Society who had Soul Reaper powers to basically keep an eye on it, keep tabs on it.
I'll be right back, guys.
again,
The,
Teach me more.
the 1,000-Year Blood War wasn't bad. The problem was the main artist and author of it, or the main author. From everything I've read and whatnot, he wanted to start working on other stuff, and they were pushing for him to basically either continue on with it or finish it. And they were going to stop letting him work on other stuff. So a lot more things got rushed than they should have.
that's the same thing that happened to Akira Toriyama in Dragon Ball. He wanted to stop. That's why he did the last arc of GT. Everything in GT up until the Dragons was someone else.
Yeah.
And he came back to fix GT. That's why it ended with Goku going off the God Land.
Yeah, because like in Dragon Ball Z, it would have made sense to have Gohan freaking do that, considering of all the different fucking things they've had to where they were trying to make Gohan the main character. And just everyone had that whole thing of it's got to be Goku, because and the studios didn't bow down to it, and the Akira Toriyama just was like, fuck it, I'm done. Because I still think if the studios would have, and what's funny is because I do know a lot of people like, dude, they did my boy Gohan wrong. Like, I know many people that do that, that say that, and it is the truth. But that is a loud ass drill. They could have went through the whole process and stuck to their fucking guns, and I think if they'd have stuck to their guns, people would have came around to it, and then you give Goku, because then you could have had Goku been in like the afterworld mentor position.
Shit, Goku would have been a great comic. Great Kai. Have King Kai retire, and then have him be the new King Kai.
That's why I said put him in that mentor position. Basically, Put him in a Master Roshi-esque position.
Shit, the series should end with either. This is how the series should end. Everybody, he should become the new Beerus. Like Beerus should say, "I'm done. I'm gone." Goku take over because I think he would be a great destroyer god.
Yeah.
Vegeta would just destroy shit. Goku would think about
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't destroy this, but I'm going to destroy it anyway.
Well, that's why, like I said, it's like I still think it should have really ended after the Cell Saga, where, like I said, Gohan should have took over, Goku should have stayed dead, but Goku should have stayed. If they would have had any interactions with Goku, he should have been in a mentor position. He should not have been in the, well, I gotta go and fight this person. No, stop putting him in fights. Stop having to make him more powerful. Put him in a mentor position to mentor his son. It's the reason why he fucking gave Cell a goddamn sensu bean, was because he believed so much in his son's power that he could destroy Cell at full fucking power. It wasn't just to be a dick.
Lynching passes isn't fun, you know.
Nah, it was him being a dick.
But you
Well,
know,
what-
I'm just a dumb fucking white guy who doesn't know what he's talking about.
Actually, I've been rewatching that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Love it.
I
I read the book, loved it.
I gotta say, like the second half of the first part of season 2 is quite possibly my favorite. When he starts to become a demon lord.
Oh yes. Yes.
When he's like, all right, I'm mad. This is how things are going to go from now on. And just
So that's like,
wipes the
I'll still
floor.
say a series that was good to read, but dear Christ, did the art style go to shit after the first season? Was Seven Deadly Sins.
You know what I'll say? Actually, when they came out with the art style for 1,000 Year Blood War,
Mhm.
if they remastered the original Bleach to the art style with the 1,000 Year Blood War,
Oh,
I
dude,
would
that'd be
totally
epic.
rewatch it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just remaster it all. Like, you don't even have to
Well,
like.
Okay, if they're going to do that, they're
Change
going to
it.
have to do like kind of like they did for Dragon Ball Z Kai, do like a Bleach Kai, to where you get rid of, especially all of the fucking filler arcs.
Yes.
All that extra mod soul bullshit, all the other bullshit. You can have that be movies. I don't fucking care, but that way you don't have to try to force those interactions.
So that would
into
take it
the
down
show.
from 35 seasons to 6.
Yeah,
Yes.
Like- yeah, like
Well, I mean-
90% of that show was filler. Like, that's
okay.
no denying
Majority of animes are filler because they can only take so much of each chapter to put it into an episode, and that's understandable. The bigger issue with was because there was always a demand for it to continue. It's the reason why they had all the extra bullshit in Dragon Ball Z, had the extra bullshit in Bleach, had all the extra bullshit in fucking Naruto, and then it wasn't until sometime around when Attack on Titan got popular, when the manga, or I think let me backtrack a little bit. I think it was the bullshit with Full Metal Alchemist that pissed a lot of people off because they basically split from what it was supposed to be. So, like, Attack on Titan gets popular, and when they caught up to the manga, they're like, hey, we're going to focus on a different manga that we haven't caught up on, and we're going to let Attack on Titan get much further along and then catch back up to it. So that way they're not trying to constantly fuck it up. And they can stay true to it. They don't have to push out filler bullshit episodes.
Did you guys watch the
Seasons.
live action movies for that?
Live action of what?
Attack on Titan?
I haven't even seen it yet, man.
Oh
I hear
boy.
it's good, but I'm not interested.
Oh boy.
I mean, Attack on Titan just seems a lot like Claymore.
Claymore was great.
All I have to say, Titan babies.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Titan babies. That is how Titans were made.
Well, that's
So
like
Titan-
freaking. That's like fucking Claymore and that whole thing.
Like
What do you
eggs.
find out? The entire thing of what's going on with it was done because of governments creating biological weapons. They follow the same route as Guyver, and I still love Guyver for that.
Sure, I'll give you another.
Except for in Claymore, it was different nations, and they just basically put them on pretty much a continent like the size of Australia.
again, that Titan babies. What the fuck?
Yeah. Not that surprised. Was that the reason why he wasn't supposed to go into his basement?
No,
So
I
that's
don't,
all
there was
Titan
no
Force.
there was no mention of a basement in the movies.
Oh.
None.
Oh, you're talking animated movies or live action movies?
Live action
Or
movies.
no, I haven't. I didn't even. I'm guessing these are Japanese ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know they made the live action for those.
Oh my goodness! Like to say you swayed from the source material is an understatement.
Yeah, that's a lot of things.
But apparently they're announcing that Slime season 3 is starting next year.
Nice.
Yes.
See, I'm more excited for something that's happening in 2005. And that's when I think it's Innovative Arms is going to start reproducing their 32 NAA and 32 ACP barrels in recoil guide rod springs for the Ruger LCP and LCP2. Oh, shit. No battery.
No battery.
And we're plugged in now. Well, at least one of the smart
Yay.
things I did for the area we have around the hut and stuff mostly is if you got a little bench you can like mount scopes on and whatnot. I brought a freaking thing down here that has multiple different chargers on it. So it's got the micro USB, the Type C, and a Lightning charger.
Not bad.
Yeah, for $15, I can't complain. It's the same one I have in my truck.
I'm going to look at my baby.
Your Titan
You have
baby.
a baby?
Ah,
Let's see if I can find.
I don't want to see a picture of your Titan baby. I'm scared.
I was gonna say, if you're looking for a picture of your baby, I'm frightened for your children.
They've seen it
I mean,
before.
that could be an animal.
I don't know how I feel about cats owning cats. It feels weird.
Well, don't forget Goofy. Isn't it Goofy who owns a dog?
Mickey owns a dog.
Yeah, Mickey's just got a handicapped dude as a pet.
I still like the one thing to where it's like
God.
they have a
It's like
comment where
slavery at that
All
point,
right.
isn't it?
Mickey looks over at Goofy and he's like, "Do you have a problem with me owning a dog?" And he's just like, "Nope." And all of a sudden it crosses over to Mickey into another thing to where Goofy where he's being a scientist, but you see he's testing on mice. And he's like, "I don't think I could really." He's like, "You get mad about it when I test on mice."
Goofy is a plow horse, not a dog. Come on. I can't be the only person that knows this.
Knows what?
Goofy was not a dog. Goofy was a plow horse.
Originally he was a
Release
plow
the dog.
horse. Then he became a dog. And originally Pete was a cat.
Who?
Pete was a cat.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pete
that
is a
was
cat.
supposed to be the reason why in like the Goof Troop TV show and the Goof movie and Extremely Goofy movie, they had their issues because Pete be cat, Goofy be dog. Dogs and cats don't live together.
I
Well,
don't
it
care.
doesn't-
Goofy's not a dog. That's why Goofy can own a dog.
Well, that's why he owns Pluto. Pluto. But so originally in Steamboat Willie, Pete was Mickey's antagonist,
That's true.
and then when Goofy came along, he became Goofy's antagonist, and Mickey didn't have one officially. He just did random shit.
I still
Like,
think my
absolutely
favorite Mickey Mouse cartoon was Through the Looking Glass,
Hmm.
where basically he takes on the role of Alice.
Nope.
Yeah,
I will
remember.
always love Fantasia. Him and Fantasia. Best.
I did like their
Mickey
Fantasia
ever.
reference in Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yes.
I do
Well, I
have
like
to
how he
say,
couldn't control it.
Fantasia was kind of a slog. I watched it eventually and was kind of. It was a long watch.
This is the one.
But my favorite part of Fantasia is Night on Bald Mountain.
If James would
Magical
want to
Dancing Mushrooms.
Coming.
Ew. Downstream.
Here we are. Let's share the screen. That your baby?
say. That's my
Oh.
baby.
Oh, you got a Hellcat OSP.
I don't have it. It's number one on my wish list
Oh,
Since their dreams of it.
for reasons.
And this is a airsoft gun, right, Johnny?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Airsoft.
Yeah, it's an
if
airsoft
we're
gun.
gonna go off that, this is one of my babies. This is the H&K Mark 23, the same gun that Solid Snake uses.
Ooh.
Nice.
Huh.
I just don't have the laser aiming module or the.
Good question.
suppressor. That was
Who's
quick.
the better snake? David Hayter or Kiefer Sutherland?
Ooh, good question. Okay, good one. Ooh.
Who's the one who plays Snake Plissken?
Kurt Russell.
That was Kurt Russell. Call me Snake.
Dennis Quaid.
Well,
Go to hell.
Dennis Quaid
Bob
didn't play
Saget.
Snake.
Michael Sofsky then. You play a Snake X character.
I think that if they're really going to go all out, a good voice for Snake would be in Michael Ironside.
Oh.
No, Snake Keith should have been Snake. That's
He
who
should have been. He should have been Big Boss.
I wonder if I can do that.
No, you can't be Big Boss. God, stop it.
No,
He's
they
dead.
they have the Ocarina of Time in Unreal Engine 4. I can download and play that.
They also have Ocarina of Time, the Majora's Mask in Unreal, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I saw they had a video for it, but this is like the full game,
Oh, shit.
from my understanding.
Nice.
Yay for
Are you-
everything.
Which I mean, it could be struck like Tina Turner, but I mean,
Oh. Ouch.
It will survive.
Alright, I have to go
That
actually
was
do
Gloria
some work.
Gaynor.
No matter. It
I
still
have to go
applies.
So I have to go actually do some work right now. I'll try to be back in a half hour.
Okay.
If we're still here.
Yeah, I'll listen in, but if you're not out, see you guys. See y'all later tonight. Okay,
See you later tonight.
could I actually be on my stream tonight?
if I can make it, I will.
All right.
Depending upon how tonight goes, we have to prepare for the mother-in-law coming.
Oh
Wow.
God. Ugh.
Enjoy
Big
that.
oof, my dude.
Good
So, yeah.
luck.
Do
Good
you
luck
actually
with that.
like your mother-in-law?
I am not in a position to answer that question at this time. I will plead the fifth.
Blink twice if you're being held hostage.
I could neither confirm nor deny any access to that information.
I don't know what you're talking about. I love my dear mother-in-law. She's just wonderful.
Okay, quick question. Who's the world's worst anime character?
Shinji. Fucking Shinji
Gon's
Ikari.
dead. Gon's dead. From
I have no
Hunter
idea who
Hunter.
that is.
Okay.
Oh
do
no,
you
I
ever
meant
watch Hunter
I meant
Hunter?
terrible. Like absolutely, they should not even exist in the first place.
Gon's dad from Hunter Hunter. He left his son in the hospital when he
I'm
was
not talking
dying.
for moral reasons. I mean, absolutely, just terrible character.
Oh, terrible!
Not terrible person, but terrible character.
Huh.
That's a hard thing to nail down because there's a lot of.
Like so far,
Yeah,
the only one I can think of is the kicker from what the hell is that fucking show called? Kenichi. Koga the kicker. That guy's a total douchebag. So I'll just say that like this. Koga the kicker is the best character I've ever seen in my entire life. Wink, wink.
Okay.
There's a reason why his wife doesn't
Sakura.
want him to have that Hellcat right now.
Okay. I love my mother-in-law, but when I got married, okay, this is my ex's mom. When I got married, the first thing she said was, "At least she's not Asian."
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
yeah. Going back to your anime question, Sakura from Naruto, worst character hands down. Should never been in the series. Anybody else?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else right now.
Yeah, because as it
Boruto.
stands, there are no Sakura fans.
Now I'm trying to think of characters like that, and as much as I don't like her, she's not important to the story.
She's really not, though. And then, other than having a lady boner for Sasuke, what purpose does she serve?
I mean,
Well, I mean, really, that's her only redeeming quality is she's got a wet spot for Sasuke.
Well,
I
she
mean,
has
soft
that whole
spot.
thing as well when Naruto was going to go after him. That she's like, "Oh, I'll marry you" or whatever, and he's just like, "Yeah, you're full of shit." Like,
hey, shut up,
Naruto
bitch.
pined after her as well, because that was what it was supposed to be. Is that was supposed to be like Naruto's original love interest, but rejection, so he could get the better girl.
Oh, no, I think he did pretty good with Hinata.
That's why I said he got the better girl. Except for that, from what I saw for the end of like what went into Boruto, why they gave her that weird ass haircut still boggles the mind. Hinata looked way better with the longer hair.
Well, that haircut is very
Oh, that's bullshit.
submissive.
It's behind a paywall.
What is?
The download for the Ocarina of Time remake.
Oh,
That's disappointing.
Not really. I'm sorry, but the games that came out on the GameCube and N64 for Zelda, horrible.
I actually really
The-
liked Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time was good, and I think Majora's Mask is probably one of my favorites.
I
One
like
of my
Wind Waker.
favorites.
I don't give a shit what anyone says.
The art style was horrible.
For Wind Waker,
It wasn't the greatest. I won't disagree with you on that.
no, I it kind of took me back a bit, but it wasn't terrible.
But it did have one of the best Ganon deaths, considering the fact, you know, the Link of Wind Waker basically jumps and plants the fucking Master Sword into Ganon. I think it was right into his forehead.
Yeah, right in the face.
We
Oof.
got a tear again.
So I was uncomfortably surrounded by black people. You guys didn't hear that.
No.
Good.
I'm choosing not to.
I was talking to my sons. Just making sure.
Doing
Keep your trap
There's
shut.
them.
There are some jokes that I shouldn't say that I have in front of them, and I'm like, oh God.
How old are they?
14 and 16.
Oh, yeah,
I-
they're old enough to hear those.
I was gonna say I haven't heard anything particularly nasty, and as long as they're that age, they know what they should and should not say.
But
They
Johnny's-
do know, but they know they shouldn't say it. But they will. That's
Oh no!
they
You
yeah.
have those. Don't get me wrong. I was like that when I was a kid, but I was smart enough not to say it in front of my mom.
Do you know what my favorite racial slur is for black folks?
Okay.
Say goodbye to the channel in 5. 4.
No, this is against white folks. So
Oh, I thought I said black.
Oh, I did. But I'll put it in
He's
side
trying
chat.
to save you.
I'll put it in side chat. Oh, there is
one
no
of my
more
favorite
side chat.
slurs for white folks is snow chimps.
What?
Oh, here it is.
Mayo Monkey was my favorite. I like that one.
Wow.
I like the one that Frosted Glass uses, Alabaster Savages.
That one is funny, but not original.
There we go.
Ah, yes.
I
That's
don't.
classic.
It's in the side chat, Angela.
I see it in the side chat, and I
She's not
Didn't
acknowledging
know
it.
that was a thing.
There are
Oh,
words.
it's a thing. As a matter of fact, he was a character on MASH. It was even in the first season with that name. Then people
Wow.
got offended.
I wonder why.
I have no clue.
On MASH?
Yeah. His last name was Jones in the movie, and because he was one of the ones that was supposed to be a ringer for their games.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will need to take my boys back to their mom's house.
Okay.
And if you guys are still going when I come back, I will see you then.
All right. See you then.
Have a good night,
Have a safe trip.
and hopefully we see you later.
Ah, now I'm drinking the coffee.
Good.
So we've briefly talked about Twisted Metal. Not as much as I'd liked, but
Sorry, I don't know that much about it. I know literally what you guys have said today.
yeah. But
Yeah, I
until
haven't
we
watched
see
the Twisted Metal
more,
in years.
until we see more of the trailers and first episodes, it's going to be a mixed bag. Now, if the first episode's dog shit, it is what it is. I'm skeptically hoping that they just don't trash the series.
Well, if it's like they've done a lot of things recently, the first season will probably be really good, or like at least the first half of the first season, and then it'll turn to shit.
Yeah, the first 8 episodes.
My
I
game
mean,
group started watching a movie last night that was had very much a Hereditary and Midsummer kind of feel to it. And all I could think of was this should have been part of that sequence of movie reviews. It was called Suspiria, which is apparently a remake of a movie that was made during like the early 80s or something by Asia Argento's dad.
I think one of the ones that got brought up, or I remembered because of Noir Bar last night, was the little bit that I saw of it that I think we'll have to do a review on sometime, is Sukiyaki Western Django.
What?
It is another movie, and it's a mostly Japanese movie, but I want to say it has American, or it has English in it, because it does star Quentin Tarantino in it for a bit of it.
Oh wait,
But
I've heard of that.
It's a different telling of the Tale of Yojimbo. It like I just remember it from one of a podcast I used to listen to from Carver Cadaver and Catfish and a buddy of mine, and I finally watched it. Like it's a fun Western style movie. Gunslinger rolls into town. You have two warring factions. Basically, he kind of plays both sides to make money.
Sounds fun.
It kind of does.
I think.
Were we watching? Go ahead.
It's a dumb fun movie in my opinion. Like for when it comes to the action scenes, they definitely ham it up.
Were we watching Idiocracy this week, or were we watching the
Tremors
next
2.
Nick Cage?
We are watching the movie with Cher, the next Nick Cage movie.
Oh,
Okay.
Moonstruck. With Danny Aiello and
Cher.
Yeah, and Danny Aiello.
Mm-hmm. Because I remembered you saying that we were gonna do Idiocracy because I haven't seen it, and then Tremors
because
2.
Raising Arizona was fun. Well, that was going to be those were the next palate cleansers on the list.
Yeah. Nice.
At least I consider the Tremors palate cleansers because they're just dumb fun.
They are so fun. And I'll get to see the ones that I've missed.
Actually, other than my little short that I made, that's that 9-second But Tis one.
I love that. Sorry.
The Tremors review is actually the most viewed review, and even got a like from a Tremors account on Twitter.
Yes. It's a fan group, but yeah, it's something. I saw that. So let's see. What I have coming up is eventually we're going to get to a Mega Man stream. And guests that I'm hoping to get on for that would be Terry Diamandis and the Next 6 Minutes because they are huge Mega Man fans.
See, I'm not as big of the original Mega Man fan. I'm more of a Mega Man X fan, and I got into it a bit later, but I'd still love to be there for that one, even if it's just in viewing.
Okay.
I have at least played Mega Man.
Like I said, I don't know how it's going to go, but I saw that the Next 6 Minutes is a fan of Mega Man, and I know Terry is. So I hope to get them on.
Yeah,
And
I am a Mega Man fan. It's just I didn't get into as much of the original games, and I'd end up picking up the Mega in the PS1 era. I ended up picking up Mega Man X4, and I fell in love with that game.
oh yeah, Mega Man X is awesome.
The funny part is for the longest time, because of not using the internet and everything for the time, that I was one of the few people I know who beat that game with just the dash boots.
Damn.
Because
See what
I didn't know where the rest of the armors were, and I just couldn't figure it out.
See, that's what I liked about the X series is that it added more of a Metrovania aspect to it,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
then
then
that
the
carried
later-
over to the later series in the original Mega Man franchise.
Yeah, and in the later series, they end up having, like, leaving your regular X armor, but then offering you 2 other armors, and without doing the code, I want to say from X5 and on, you could get the ultimate armor, except for X7. That one was a little weird. They did better with X8 by going back to the side scroll. Like, I give Capcom props for trying the 3D having the more move around thing, but they should have stuck to Legends for that.
Yeah. I wish they would have come out with the Legends 2 game.
They did. They need to come up with a Legends 3 to continue the story.
Huh?
Mega Man Legends has Mega Man Legends 1 and Mega Man Legends 2. There was supposed to be a third game, but they never finished it because in Mega Man Legends 2, you finish up where you're stuck, or Mega Man Volma is stuck on the moon in a base. So he's stuck on a moon base, if memory serves me correctly.
So they did actually make a Mega Man Legends 2? Because I heard that halfway through production they just cut it out.
No,
And
they
also
have it because
scrapped.
I'd rented it before and everything, and finding a copy is just such a pain in the ass. Because of the Mega Man Legends series, there's 3 games in total. Because there's a Tron Bond game as well that I haven't played.
Yeah. They did that one, and then they were going to do this. I thought they were going to do the second Mega Man Legends, and they scrapped it, is what I was reading.
No, from everything I've
So-
heard, they scrapped the third one because of just for some stupid reason.
Let's pull that up.
Maybe save that for the
Yeah.
stream you're doing on Mega Man.
Holy shit, they did do one.
I ain't gonna lie to you about it.
I was gonna say I don't think that Rotten would pull that out of
Well, I
his
didn't
ass.
think you would too, but
I mean, I wouldn't put it past me.
well, I didn't think you would either. It's just like I had seen the pictures for the screenshots and all that they were going to do, but like I said, I was told that they got shit canned. So, but I guess
Yeah,
they
from
did.
everything I'm aware of, the only ones that had that got shit canned was for free.
And the Misadventures of Tron Bond, which you gotta love the little bots.
Yeah.
Those were really humorous.
And I liked how
What was
Babu
it?
could only say his name.
Huh?
Because you had Tronbon, Teaselbon, and then Babubon.
Uh-huh.
That was basically just the head.
Yeah.
What?
Babu. Because then in two they expanded upon the world more, which was really cool, getting to learn more about the Diggers and everything, and also about like what happened to Roll's parents, which was actually pretty fucking sad.
But, yeah. Anywho, that will be a conversation coming up. Let's see, what else do we have? Any more? Well, let's see. We've covered some anime. Ooh, I got one that we can finish up on. 80s arcade games.
Okay.
Did any of y'all spend any time in any of the arcades? Or
We didn't really have too many arcades where I grew up. I mean, like the arcades was like you'd have a couple different games at the bowling alley.
yeah, Same
Tell
here.
me what kind of games you're talking about. I rocked the pinball machines. And I love skee ball.
for me, let's see.
My brother
Oh
was all
no!
about NBA Jam and Mortal Kombat.
Oh god! Speaking of which, Johnny Hellcat was pretty good or no, it wasn't Hellcat. It was the Mondays Minions, Terry
Terry
and
and Adam,
whoever. Yes,
Adam,
they did.
Mr. Adam.
Yeah, Mr. Adam. He did one called oh shit, Eternal Champions. It was featured on the Sega Genesis. And this was right after the first they hadn't even started on the second Mortal Kombat yet. But Eternal Champions had 4 different uh, areas, screens where the background could kill you instantly. All you had to do was be in a certain area, push a certain code, and the background would take care of you. And then Mortal Kombat 2 comes out with a similar game mechanic. But yeah, that's what I like about that game. But as far as going back to coin op games, the Tron games were okay. They were kind of a little bit too Atari-ish for my taste.
I was going to say, I played a lot of Pac Man and Miss Pac Man.
And Dick Dug.
Mm-hmm.
Bond
The
was
one
fun.
with the spaceship that just went back and forth shooting, and you had to try to take out the ships that were shooting at you without getting hit.
Galaga?
Yes, I was good at that.
See, there was a lot of games like that, and a few of them had some different game mechanics. But there was one that in that vein is about a dragon.
I think I know which one you're talking about. I never
And that one
actually
was
played
pretty
it
cool.
though. That one was popular, so there was like always a line to play. If I wanted to
Yeah.
actually play a game, I didn't want to stand in line for an hour to maybe get a chance to play.
And to me, the bestest game of the '80s that was miles ahead of its time, Dragon's Lair. A Darn
Oh,
Blues
I liked.
production.
Okay, it's gonna sound really weird, but that's when I started liking watching people play video games.
Well, it became like that because you didn't always have the money to do it, or there wasn't that long a line, or there was too long a line, or pulleys potentially. And sometimes it was just fun to see where it went with people that were actually really good at the game.
Yeah, actually, that was my thing. I liked seeing how the story went,
Yes.
and
And that was a very story driven game.
and honestly, my uncle made video games very not fun. When I was a kid, because he took them way too seriously, and every time I would play, I would be good at certain things. So he'd turn around and say, "You have to play this game," and then if I'd mess up, he'd be like, "You can do better than that." And I'm like, "Okay, well now I'm not having fun. I don't want to play anymore. Thanks."
Well,
Yeah.
competition and things like that can help drive everything. It all depends on how a person goes about it.
Yeah.
I am very much it's called a game. Fun first, people.
That's why I'm of the belief that there are certain games for certain people, and not every game is for everyone. Which is why
Exactly.
certain games shouldn't have an easy mode.
I don't think a game should have an easy mode. The whole point of a game is to get better at it if it's the one you want to play.
Get good, scrub.
I put it this way: is that if there are or a game company that wants to do that, that's completely on them. Like the Kingdom Hearts series, I'll bring up the most recent Kingdom Hearts 3, which we're not going to
Okay.
get in the storyline. But they did an easier thing, but to get certain rewards and whatnot, they made those rewards more difficult. So you'd have to do more.
Yeah, I was going to
But-
say with Kingdom Hearts, I might understand in easy mode because that's the one that has all of the like Disney characters and everything,
And Square Enix characters.
which is
Those are
going to make it appeal to small children.
Yeah, and then they play it and realize they can't understand what the fuck is going on for a storyline. But-
Exactly.
No, to go to it, if a game company so chooses to have an easy mode, I have no issue with that. That is at the production company's discretion. No game company should be forced into having an easy mode because some other person thinks there should be an easy mode, or a games journalist can't freaking do it. Like, if I were a games journalist and there's a game I couldn't beat or couldn't get past, whatever, I'd be like, man, I suck at this game. I'm better at these ones, but I got some friends that would love this most likely.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was the point of games journalism until I started listening to them bitch about not being good.
Well, now, like anything else, you got Gamergate people, and that's kind of bullshit to me.
Mhm.
You know, to me, I'm kind of like with Rotten Corpse on that. The Souls games get good, although I found them boring. You know,
I will still say this: when going to the Souls games, I know that there's I really liked Demon Souls from when I played of it, and I got pretty mediocrely okay-ish at it. I never beat it. Dark Souls is a get good, but and I know this is going to piss you off. Dark Souls also had broken controls,
yeah,
so you had to get good in that whole thing. And I've talked to people like, oh, them's fighting words. It's like, dude, it's the truth. You can still say a game is good. You need to get better and learn to understand the broken controls, but still openly admit that it has broken controls.
exactly. I mean, Spawn, great game, great movie, great cartoon, but even it had broken controls when they brought it over to the PS2
Oh, typically so many movie to
or the
weird
PS.
TV show games, or predominantly movie into those, they fuck them up hardcore. Because like The Crow, great movie, shitty game.
The one that I will disagree with you on is the Armageddon game,
I said
the one that
most, not all.
Julian Sands was in. Do you know what
Never
I'm talking
played it.
about?
I haven't played it.
Where it was I'm getting it wrong, but it was something Armageddon. It was basically the sequel to the first movie, which had him and shit. I'm gonna have
Is
to
this
pull
one
it up.
that was? Are we talking Armageddon with Bruce Willis?
No. There's a demon movie where Julian Sands is an agent of the devil.
Not a clue.
Oh, there we are. First name on the board. We'll go down to his movies. Warlock.
I was wondering if that might have been what you were talking about. He was not an agent of the devil. He was a warlock.
Well,
He was a
in the first
warlock
one,
looking to kill Brandon Cole so that he could render his fat into a potion to stay alive forever.
This wasn't the movie that was originally supposed to be a Doctor Strange movie, was it?
No. I don't think so.
Hmm.
This was like a really, really questionable quality late 1980s, early 1990s horror movie.
Hmm.
Like, I loved it, but I also have told you about my awesomely bad movies.
Yeah.
Here is a
I
synopsis
mean, you're
of the
talking to
first
someone who's
Warlock.
typically a sucker for zombie movies. There's still quite a few more. I need to see, like the. I need to watch Zombiever still.
Okay, I think you understand awesomely bad movies.
I still need to watch someone with the zombie sheep. Zombie strippers was stupid.
Hmm.
Dead 7 was actually pretty fun for a sci-fi movie with a bunch of pop stars in it. I mean, it had Joey Fatone.
Hey, he's not a bad actor.
No, I was actually impressed with him. I mean, that's why I said it had a bunch of pop stars. Like, he was one of them.
He was actually really good in, and you can judge me if you want, he was great in My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Don't think I've seen that one. Dead and Breakfast is more of like a possession type zombie movie and whatnot, but still actually pretty fun. And then there was I don't think it was Silent Night, Deadly Night, but there was a shitty, terrible zombie movie that I had found on. It was either Amazon Prime or Netflix, and I can't remember. I just know I need to contact Netflix or go through and reset up my stuff for Netflix and let my cell phone company foot the bill, because that's actually part of the plan that I do pay for.
Nice.
Hmm.
I should be able to do HBO Go that way. It's just I have issues with my phone company's website or app.
Oh, sorry. I bounced my mic.
You're not supposed to do that.
I know.
I'm sorry.
But I had to take my shirt off. It's getting warm in here.
It's actually pretty hot here too. That's why I was kind of jealous when Rotten was saying it's cold where he's at.
Well, that's the thing, is it was almost in the 60s when I left my apartment, and then the wind chill
And
everything
it
brought
suddenly
down more.
tanked.
Mhm.
Ugh.
You know, it's 72 right here, and it says it's sunny, and I'm saying, fuck the sun. But yeah, the Super Nintendo took the second Warlock movie and made it into a video game, which had a druid aspect to it. And I thought they did it really right. But then again, I'm also a fan of games like Demon Crest, any Metroidvania game style.
Well, it's one of those things that it all depends. It's just for some of them, they just do a really bad job at it.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's just me. I like the hide and seek games to where you got to go here to here to here to here to find these power ups. And then you can be omnipotent until it comes to the final boss, and then it's just a struggle because, yeah. Because the game rewards or penalizes you for finding all their shit. You know?
Wait, you do what you're supposed to do and then the game punishes you?
Yeah, with the final boss because it makes him OP.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. The only game that I didn't like in the Castlevania series was Simon's Quest.
I loved Simon's Quest.
It was just, there was really no instruction to it. And
Now,
you
I
needed
didn't say I was good at Simon's Quest, but I actually loved to play
and you actually needed a guide to finish it.
it.
But of course, I was like 10 when it came out. But when Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse came out, I was all about that because then you get the three other characters. Grant the pirate, our first introduction to Alucard, and then Sylph, the ice mage. Which, and I love how they transferred that into the anime series.
Yeah, I think the game I got really big into when it came out to the was on PlayStation was the Final Fantasy series, Final Fantasy VII.
Okay. Which one? Okay, in your opinion, which were the good Final Fantasy games? On
I really don't have a problem with really any of them. I think there are some that are better than others, but like I don't hate Final Fantasy 13, which is most people arguably the one of the worst ones. I will say 7 is overrated. I think I still have an affinity for it, love it for it, but it's still a mostly overrated game.
Okay, what did you not like about 7?
You know, I still enjoy it. I just think it's overly rated. I don't think it's like the greatest thing ever, like some people try to say.
Thinks
thought,
it's
like,
a
8
good
actually-
game, but it's not amazing.
Okay. But that leads me back to the question, why?
I just don't think it had as good a storyline for everything. It didn't go through it. I think them having the other games for it of like having Crisis Core, and you have Dirge of Cerberus, you had Advent Children, which is a great movie by the way. Kind of screwed up some of the other shit, and then the whole remake they did with it got weird.
The whole what?
The whole Final Fantasy VII remake that actually has a different storyline and shit. I haven't played it yet. Like, and the whole fact of the first part, because they're coming out with a part 2 of the remake. Apparently,
Mhm.
for some odd reason, you have like Cloud does a sugar bowl dance.
Who?
Cloud, the main character.
Oh, in the first one, where he's has to do a dance in order to get through. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because in
played
the
through the
original game, the
remake.
worst you, yeah, the original, the only thing you really had to do was make him do squats, and that was just a button uh, thing.
Um,
But it's like I'd like to
but
see a remake of, if they were going to do that, of like 8, because I thought 8 had a really great storyline, little convoluted for a lot of the way that things were with all the time travel shit type stuff, but still a really fun one. And 9, I think, had one of the best storylines for just how things work.
to me, I like 7 and 10 on the PlayStations.
10 is okay, but 10 has some aftermath stories for it and whatnot that are just, they get ridiculous for the way everything was.
Well, in 10.2, they tried to address some of that.
Oh no, they've got stuff that goes on after 10 too, to where the whole stuff with Tidus, and to where it keeps, basically it keeps bringing Sin back.
Hmm. Yeah, for me, that was one of those things where it's like either convince the gods to bring him back or to make him a reality or
Make him a
wipe the girl's
reincarnation.
mind at this point. You know?
Well, honestly, what needed to happen in that whole thing was to have that whole thing of, because it goes back to, not everything has to have the super happy ending. Not everyone
Hmm.
gets to get everything they want. That was supposed to be his sacrifice, was that since he could go through, he wouldn't take the form of Sin, so that way it would go through everything. And yeah, she didn't get to have the happy ending, but she was the one who, finally got it to where all this shit could be done.
Yeah.
And then they made 10-2, where they had the whole bullshit thing where she saw the whole little recording thing where it looks like Tidus was back. And it's like, oh, fucking A.
Yeah. And that one, if you get all the recordings, there's a special cutscene for that. And, it's like when you love someone and you live in that memory of only the good memories of who they were and what they were,
Mm-hmm.
and you're still grieving, you know? At some point, you've got to move past it.
Yeah.
And for her to, she helped keep him alive,
Mm-hmm.
but in an unhealthy way,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
dude. I think it's like Final Fantasy Union or Fantasy Union or something. A YouTube channel goes in and explains, like, has the whole storyline of Tidus and Yuna from like start to finish, and how shit gets really fucked up at the end.
Yeah.
And so I would still say, probably though, out of all of them, and I actually really like the remake because there wasn't much done to it that they really changed, other than adding a couple characters, was Final Fantasy Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics has such a great storyline, and it's actually a precursor, or not a precursor. I want to say it's actually a spiritual, or if you look at it, a sequel to uh, 11. No, 12. 11 was online. See, I would actually say for everything, 12 was the one I didn't like most. And I know Satsu loves it, but that whole gambit system, if you could say, if this whole thing is this way, this character does this, it's like if you had it set up enough, you could set it there and walk away. Like, no, man, I want to control the character more than that. Like, don't get me wrong, neat idea, but just once you've gotten to a certain point in the game, quite literally, like you can walk into an area down and you just set your controller down and walk away.
Huh. I never played 12. I played 13.
Yeah, 12
I enjoyed
12
the
was the-
storyline of 13.
12 was the last one on the PS3 or PS2. Like I said, it wasn't bad. It's when they had Vaughn, they introduced Freya, because you got they introduced the races that they ended up putting like Tactics Advanced, which was really cool because Freya's awesome. And then they also introduced the Sky Pirate Balthier. And yeah, like it's the precursor to Final Fantasy Tactics. Like they're going through the remnants of it basically. Like 13 had a fun storyline. 13.2 was a little weird, but at least 13.2 finally added what it needed to add, which was a way to get, you could get money via random battling.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they had thrown on the PlayStation Store for the thing with 13, being like, hey, we'll add this little thing in for like $1, and you can, during your random battles, you can get money because then you can actually upgrade your weapons properly.
I didn't like the third part to 13.
Oh,
It was-
Lightning's Return.
I thought that, yeah. Because I have all three of them through Steam.
Yeah, I've got all three of them on my PS3. I just haven't beaten 2 or 13.2.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'll do at some point, maybe. I mean, I've got a fuck ton of games I haven't beaten.
Right.
And that even goes back to the PS1 era.
I mean, 13 had some real. They didn't really tie up a lot of the story. I mean, like between Vanell and
Thing.
no,
Are
The
you
black
talking? Oh God, no, I can't remember his name.
I keep on calling him. Yeah, basically, he sort of looked like yeah.
How profound.
He kind of
Zaz.
gave me that. Yeah,
That was his name,
Zaz. Yeah. That needed a little more. I mean, you have a battle, and then it's just done.
Yeah.
It's kissed and made up way too fucking neat, for my opinion. You know? Way too
Well, I
neat.
think they had the thing of that because like 12 doesn't have the cleanest ending. Like 12 ends on a more of a cliffhanger, and not in the best light of one. So it's one of those things. I think they were trying to go with we'll do the more happy ending type thing.
Mhm. But I do like the fight between Lightning and what's her face's boyfriend.
Snow.
Snow, yes. That fight, it's. I understand wanting to be loved and all that and keep hope alive that there's a chance she can come back, yada, yada, yada. But when your family is grieving, you don't want to hear that shit. You just want to process it for
Yeah.
what it is.
But that was the But it is one of those things of like Lightning had her grieving that way, and that was Snow's version of grieving because he didn't have the full acceptance, but he also believed there was a way to come back from it.
Uh-huh.
So
And then when
it was grieving of different ways.
yeah, and then when Payne and Vanell show up, it just really weighed on Lightning. It's like, okay, yeah, they came back, but you know,
But I think I'm gonna be jumping off here shortly because it's almost 5:30, and I think we should be eating soon.
yes. Okay, well, I will let you go. I mean, we've been going for 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think I've just been stalling for time anyway to try and get it over the 2 hour mark.
We should
But-
definitely take a break since we're going to be back on tier stream.
Yes,
And
yes,
that's
we
why
are.
we're
Let
taking
me-
another 2.5 hours.
Yep. And that leads me to my shilling. Johnny Hellcat, who
All
was on
thoughts for now.
earlier.
You guys take it easy. I'll see you tonight.
Have a
Take
good
care,
night.
Rotten.
Later.
That brings me to the end of the show where we're going to do some shilling. You can find Johnny Hellcat on Minions of the Zoo Thursday nights, where he hosts. I think right now he took a break from the Chris Chan saga and played Rift Tracks this past Thursday, which you can find on the Minions of the Zoo channel. He also does his Penny Arcade streams, where he will either stream a game or play a party game from either Rift Tracks, Jackbox games, or What the Dub. And those are all entertaining party games. If you're out there and you're looking for something fun to do, those are the games, you know. But watching Johnny Hellcat's playthroughs are awesome. You can find Angela Ariaga on Tier's Midnight Stream, Tier Alexander. You can also find her on Rotten Corpse Movie Reviews, where Sundays we will go through and watch a movie. And if it's a good movie, we'll talk about it a little bit, and then we'll divulge into our
Movie chaos.
whatever else comes across. But if it's a bad movie and we all have issues with it, we will tear that motherfucker apart. Then Tyr Alexander, which is Dr. Funkenstein's ghost in chat. He has his own channel where we do a midnight stream where we read articles from Reddit. Our particular one is Am I the Asshole? And other advice columns where you will find Rotten Corpse, Angela Arriaga, and myself. Then we have Sundays, Quippers United. I believe we are back on YouTube this week. You can go to Quippers United channel where we play 4 games. It's generally Quippers or Quiplash, a panel voted game, and then we play Survive the Internet and Fibbage, Enough About You. Be sure to look out for that, where with Frosted Glass, Terry Diamantis, Jack.
Jack Gunsky.
Thank you.
Is it 6? Next 6 minutes?
Frosted Glass,
Frosted
Terry.
Terry, you, and Jack Gunsky are the regulars, right?
For now, yes. But
And then for like alternating
for
guests.
alternating guests, yes. Which we're trying to find more permanent people.
I do show up on that show on occasion. It is a super fun time. Y'all should check that out.
And then I covered you. I covered Tier.
And
Now, last but not least, let's talk about Rotten Corpse. He does a movie review show on Sunday nights, roughly about 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, where, like I said, we do a movie review of a movie that we've watched and put our opinions into it. And then we put our opinions into other opinions, and it's a great fun train wreck. So if you're wanting a movie review, I suggest you get there right at the start and watch the chaos devolve. He also does a streaming at the Void stream,
talking
which
into
is
the void,
or talking at the Void, and that's whenever he can. Let's see, what else do we have? And basically, I was your host.
James Colley.
Yes. Where you can find me here on Nerd Out Stream. And where I talk about anime, games, anything that is a hobby. We'll talk it up. We'll talk about it. And I'm hoping to get a few more guests eventually. If Chaos Eve is ever available, I would like for her opinion, since she does a live LARP or live action role play or LARPing. I would like to learn more about that. And sooner or later, Angela, we are going to have to do take me through a Ren Fair
Okay.
and all of that, because that kind of coincides with each other. And I think you and Chaos Eve would be great guests for that one.
Sounds fun.
So I'm going to try and schedule that one. Still trying to schedule a Mega Man stream when the next 6 minutes can join us, and I can schedule that ahead of time. But I have been your host, James Colley. Thank you for this train wreck of a ride. You can unfasten your seatbelts and get off the person that you're on top of. And afterwards, have fun. Good night.